Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Let's Go Racing Motorsports Report. On location here at the Culvers in Paddock Lake, we've got the big cruise-in for Custard Car Show going on tonight. We've got motorsports cars, we've got custom cars, we got a couple of motorcycles. We've got about 30 different types of vehicles on display. So come on out, get a close look at the cars, talk to the drivers. They'd be glad to sign some autographs for you. And also you can pick up race schedules from both Wilmot Raceway as well as Great Lakes Dragway. So stop by, check everything out here. We're going to have a number of different guests with us basically live. And we want to thank, of course, B&L Office Furniture. Scott Carpenter is here. Yes, he even helped us a little bit with this set. We also want to thank the Irwins, Performance One. They helped us out. This is actually their table, so we want to thank them as well. The Irwin family helping us out tonight. Great Lakes Dragway, as I mentioned. Of course, Steve Sinclair and Bumper to Bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Cars. They'll be at Wilmot Raceway this Saturday night for a big Father's Day special. And Wilmot Raceway, they are with us as well. And they have a lot of cars that compete there. We got everything that competes at Wilmot on display here. So stop by. We got Lightning Sprints. We've got wingless sprints. We've got Wing 604s, you name it, we got it. Bandits, they're all here. And also street stocks. We're going to talk to one of our street stock and the Maglio family. Buddies of McHenry. We're going to come out to Buddies sometime soon and do something similar to what we're doing today. So keep an eye out there on Green Street at Buddies in McHenry. We're going to come out there. And, of course, Culvers of Paddock Lake. Also, A-Main Apparel and Diecast, the Tennyson family, Lake County Honor Flight, and Stars and Stripes Honor Flights. The Northern Illinois Council on Alcoholism and Substance Abuse, 5-Star Race Car Bodies. If you're looking for a job in racing, check out 5-Star Race Car Bodies. Nielsen Enterprises, Libertyville Manor, Lake County Hose and Equipment. All these fine folks that help us out. And if you'd like to become more involved with us, you can get in touch with me, Michael Babicz, at michaelbabicz@aol.com. And we'll get you all set up. You can become a partner with us here on the Let's Go Racing Motorsports Report. Well, before we go to Jeff Wessel, who's going to be joining us from his place up in Hartford, Wisconsin, very shortly, we've got a big announcement. We had so much fun today that Hartnell Chevrolet is going to host another show. It's going to be on a Saturday, July 27th. Saturday, July 27th, 11 a.m. till 2 p.m., we're going to be at Hartnell Chevrolet, which is a little bit south of us here. Culvers is going to be involved. They're going to have samples over there, and they're going to have a table set up with food and that kind of thing. And folks can kind of go back and forth, come over here, get something to eat or drink, and then come on over to Hartnell Chevrolet and see the race cars and custom cars. Wilmot Raceway will be racing that night with wingless, Wing 604, and Lightning Sprints, and all sprint car show that Saturday night, July 27th. And again, we're getting it done so that everybody has a chance to get over and see Betty at the pit shack at 3 o'clock when the pits open up. So again, that is Saturday, July July 27th. Mark it out. So we're going to now bring in Jeff Wessel. Jeff Wessel is joining us from up in Hartford, Wisconsin. And Jeff is actually at his shop. Jeff, welcome to the program. And
Mike, thank you so much. I am actually at home in Hartland, Wisconsin, home of Bill Baylog as well in our lovely town. Great to join you. I'm getting a little bit of buffering. I know you guys are live on remote, so I'm getting a little bit of buffering, but I'll do my best and greatly appreciate being on with you tonight.
Well, Hefner Racing Products, which is your employer now, they do a lot to help racing and have gotten involved with our 604 crate division down here at Wilmot this year. So tell us a little bit about that partnership.
It's something that came about. Actually, Matt Myers approached me in regards to that once the full announcement came out in regards to the winged crate class. And it's something that both myself and Troy Hefner believe has great merit and want to be involved with it. I mean, both myself and, of course, the Hefner family have great ties with Wilmot Raceway. I mean, it's 100% my home track, as well as the Hefners, where they started their racing once they went modified and sprint car racing. So to support this division is something that we wanted to do and be a part of it and help the future of it. I think it has merit. I think it's going to bring a lot of opportunities for up and coming racers, and as we see veteran racers to get back into the sport.
Well, speaking of one of those veteran racers, Mr. Excitement, Tommy Sexton, won the feature a few weeks ago in the 604 crates. And actually, he's going to be on the program a little bit later on. He's got his car a little bit over my shoulder. I think you might even be able to see it, the wing number 83. So we'll be talking to Tommy in just a little bit about coming out of retirement. He's won and he's been a champion at Wilmot in mini modifieds. He's been a champion in the wing cars. He's been a champion in the non-wing cars. He's just about anything that has four wheels and a steering wheel. He's won a championship at Wilmot. And so we'll be talking to him a little bit more about that. But now Hefner's, besides their involvement with the 604 crates at Wilmot, they're also involved with the bumper-to-bumper IRA sprint cars. And also, you and I were talking because you were photobombing with Will Power up at Road America last weekend after he scored his victory at Road America. But there's a reason that you were able to photobomb with him, because there's a connection between the Hefners and Indy.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely great question, Mike. It's been a while, but a lot of the business that Hefner Racing Products has achieved in NASCAR, IndyCar, and other top national series outside of sprint car racing and open wheel racing came from, well, I guess we'll say open wheel racing for IndyCars, of course, came from Penske. And that was because at one point, Penske approached the Hefner family, Hefner Racing Products, to work on some parts for IndyCars. And this was prior to us being involved with NASCAR. So this is dating us probably 2 decades ago. And our involvement with the Penske IndyCar team led to our involvement with them when they brought out their NASCAR team shortly thereafter. So it's been a great relationship, and it's been nice to see how this has all progressed through the last for me, 16 years.
Well, and you and I go way back. And I know you've done some announcing for Steve Sinclair and the IRA, and you've done other announcing over the years. But I can remember the first time I asked you to do some announcing was down at Wilmot. It was kind of the predecessor almost to the Founders Night. We just had a lot of former racers come. Jack at Trackside was even still with us and was there. But you interviewed a lot of those former drivers over we had a lot of fun doing that, and that was the first time you had announced anything. I'm pretty sure at a racetrack, and then it kind of took off from there. People started to ask you to, well, you want to co-announce here, you want to do this, you want to do that, and tell us a little bit about that announcing career that Jeff Wessel has had.
Some of my first announcing, I guess we'll say on the smaller stage, was at the Badger Car Club in Dousman. My first major opportunity, thank you, Mike Babicz, was at Wilmot Raceway Sprint Car Night. I don't even believe I was 20 years old at the time, and you're handing me a wireless microphone and saying, get out there. And from that night, I remember you had me out in the grandstands interviewing folks. You had me push me with some drivers. One thing I do remember, the communications back in that day was via phone from the infield where you were announcing in the trailer to out where I was, a phone that was in, at the time, I believe, the souvenir booth trailer. So it was a wired in phone. And I remember I was running back and forth so many times to talk to you. You were feeding me information. And I one thing I remember, I think I upset somebody in the souvenir trailer because I was running in so many times. But it was a great opportunity, such a great experience. And as you said, yes, it brought me so many more to be able to announce not only more times at Wilmot Raceway, to be traveling with the IRA Sprint Car Series. I've worked at Beaver Dam Raceway. I've announced at the Milwaukee Mile. Not nearly in the capacity as the great announcers as yourself and Roger Miller and Ray Underwood and others, but I've greatly enjoyed it. And a lot of that helped me with when I was not racing myself, when I didn't have a race car. It gave me the opportunity to still be involved with the sport I love so much.
Well, we're going to get you on the mic with me again down at. So we'll keep working on that. And I also want to thank you for your assistance with the Founders Night this last Memorial Day weekend, because you picked up the trophy for us and got it over to the Steve Sinclair over at Plymouth, and then they got it down to me at Wilmot, even though I wasn't able to be at Founders Night this year because of a airplane snafu, and I was sitting in Orlando Airport and wasn't able to even be at Wilmot for Founders Night this year. But the trophy made it, and the trophy is safe back at the Southeastern Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame. It's home. And also the plate is going to make it. Sooner or later, the plate will make it there. Scotty Neitzel's name on it for having won 2024. And we're going to be working on getting the plate up there. But Mark Maglio and I took a road trip when the World of Outlaws got rained out on Saturday at Beaver Dam, and we didn't have a race scheduled that Saturday night at Wilmot. They ran the monster truck show the next day instead to the Hall of Fame. And if anybody out there has never been to the Hall of Fame in Hartford, you need to go. It's unbelievable. Not only what they do with the Southeastern Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame portion, but just cars in general. There's model cars, there's you name it, and there is a working steam locomotive.
Yes. Isn't that amazing?
Racing, Joe Shearcar just came recently.
Yeah, that place, the Wisconsin Auto Museum, and of course the Southeastern Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame and Museum are so special, and so many people don't know that great gem that is literally right in downtown Hartford. And as a racer, as a race fan, I have a lot more appreciation for that facility, for that Southeastern Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame and Museum. As I've gotten older, of course, I've gotten a lot more appreciation for the racers and teams and crew members and everyone that's inducted into the Hall of Fame, including yourself, Mike Babicz. Without a lot of these folks, I may not have fell in love with this awesome sport of ours.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate all that you've done and helped me out with as a good friend. You made my first trip to Knoxville very memorable. I very much enjoyed my time. And again, it's always great to see you, Jeff. And you are going to get on the mic with me at Wilmot. You've got to get your bride to let you take a road trip down to Wilmot sometime soon.
Oh, she'll probably want to get rid of me on any Saturday night. So yes, I would look forward to that. It would be great to be back on the microphone with you and of course at our home track.
All right. Thanks again, Jeff. And thank the Hefners as well for all their support for auto racing in general and particularly at Wilmot.
Absolutely, 100%. Have a great night. It looks like an awesome show down there where you are at. And thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon, Mike.
Thank you, Jeff. Take care. God bless. Okay, we're now shifting gears. We're going to bring in John from Great Lakes Dragaway, who's got his Brew City Gasser actually on display behind us. I don't know how well the camera can pick it up. It's just to my right. So share a microphone with him. And we may have to adjust the camera just a little bit. There we go. We're going to get rid of these. All right. And we'll get rid of the water. John, welcome.
Well, thanks for having us. You guys picked a beautiful night to do a car show. Yeah.
Well, we put our requests in, and we've got a promoters. We got one from the drag racing side, Great Lakes Dragaway, that is up there in the good heavens, and then we got Ray Toff from Wilmot Raceway that's up there in the good heavens too. So I think between the two of them, they had a little influence in tonight.
Awesome. Yeah. It's great. Great turnout for the first time at the event. It's awesome. Some neat cars here, and glad we could come out and share some brochures and do some other things. Yeah.
Well, I know that you were over there earlier, but we did announce here on the podcast there is going to be a second show on July 27th, the Saturday. Chevrolet, just a little bit south of us, and we're doing it during the day because we know racers at Hartnell.
So yeah, we'll get some down there. It's a good place right down the road.
Now, we've been talking about a big event that Great Lakes Dragaway has coming up real soon involving the cars that you run and the cars that are here tonight. Tell the folks a little bit about what you've got coming up.
So we got our out-of-sight drags that are coming June 28th and 29th. That's going to be at Great Lakes Dragaway. We've got it's all pretty much the race cars are 1966 and older. We do have some feature cars. We have a couple nitro altereds that are going to be battling bad judgment against Shake, Rattle, and Run. Those two cars, the original 57 Chevy that runs, but two nitro altereds. We have Bad Habit and Nitro Madness. They're running under 6 seconds in a quarter mile on nitro. Those are really exciting. And then we have the supercharged AA gassers. There's 4 of those cars that run quicker than 5 seconds in the 8th mile, 160, 170 miles an hour, which is pretty cool. And then we also have everybody that's pretty much that's racing the 66 and older cars are going to be all day long. Let them run their groups and run continuously through the day. And then we're also going to do Saturday morning. Cars are going to leave the track, and then they're going to go down. They're going to have an escorted run down through downtown Union Grove, turn around at the high school, and come back. And then come back to Great Lakes Dragaway, kind of do a parade route through Union Grove there, through the town, and then race after that. And we race till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Well, and it's ladies' night, and the ladies, from what you've been telling me, they've been doing a number on the guys.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah, they might win this year, the whole championship there. They do better than the guys, and it's pretty good. We see some new faces out there. It's a great time to come out, guys or girls, come out there, because if you want to get your feet wet with bracket racing, it's a good time to get into a bracket race. But yeah, that's going on tonight, and I'm sure they got a pretty good crowd down there for tomorrow. And tomorrow morning, I want to mention too, Thursday morning is the sixth summer, where the cars go from track to track. They're going to be at Great Lakes Dragway tomorrow morning. I think the gates open at 8 o'clock. Racing starts at 9, and they're going to basically, a lot of these cars are going to maybe possibly make one run if they're happy with it, and then they're going to just drive to their next destination. But it'll be pretty exciting.
Country?
Yeah, they're all over the country, and they have a specific route that they're from. They start out at Byron, and then they went to Cordoba, and then there was Tri-State Dragway that was in Iowa, I believe, and then they're going to come back here to Great Lakes Dragway, and then tomorrow they're going to finish up at Byron again.
And now Great Lakes Dragway, you guys have done a fantastic job over there, and you run basically 6 days a week. You're off on Mondays, and there are a few exceptions, on some holiday weekends, right?
Yeah. There's certain holiday weekends we can't run, like you can't run on 4th of July, but then on July 5th, I believe, we have the Night of Fire, which is really good, where we have the jet cars out. That's always a good turnout. And certain days that they can't be open, we're closed on Mother's Day and that. But pretty much we tried to, during the racing season, stay open as much as possible, because, it's kind of short, but we have a lot of days to get down the track, which are nice.
And now Thursday night is a special night at the Dragway, because Thursday night is when they prep the track generally, and then so it's certain requirements for cars that night.
Yeah, Thursday night is slicks and drag radials only. We do a really good prep on the track, and tomorrow should be really good, because this Total Venue Concept is doing the prep for this 6th summer race. So the track should be really, really sticky tomorrow night. And then we put extra glue down, which is not cheap, and put a lot of glue down there. And the reason we have to limit it to the drag radials or the slicks is because the street tires can tear the rubber off the track, the way that the tire compound is. So we want to give these guys that are testing for different races a good platform to race on. So we limit it to drag radials or slicks and let them race there.
Now, with the warmth, the humidity that we've got today, and the heat, we're well in the 80s. They are talking that we could hit 90s before the end of the weekend. Summer doesn't officially start for another week, but Mother Nature says, no, it's starting now. And what kind of an effect does that have on the particular car you drive, but on drag racing cars in general?
Well, usually, like I say, if the density altitude goes up, when the heat and humidity goes up, you lose a little bit of ethanol. It's not so sensitive to it. Mine is a little bit more sensitive to it because I'm running race gas in it. But the big thing you got to worry about too is the track surface. Once the track temperature racing is going to be done in the morning, it's going to be after 5 o'clock. So when the sun starts to get off the track, it's not so bad. And the good thing with that,
So you definitely want to keep hydrated.
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Drink a lot of water for sure.
Now, besides what you've got coming up at the end of the month, maybe highlight one or two events that you got coming up in July.
So after we have the Night of Fire, that's like July 5th, that's Saturday, and then a couple weekends after that, we have another nitrous streetcar. Mile. One guy ran a 412, 196 miles an hour in the 8th mile on a 10.5-inch drag radial with no wheelie bar. It's really, really really, really enjoyable to watch. Some fun stuff.
I know a good friend of ours, Bill Fusting, who's also one of the sponsors of our program, Lake County Hose and Equipment, and as well as another sponsor we picked up, Midwest Motor Coach. But Bill does some racing with you guys from time to time. Do you know when he might be out there again?
Yeah, he's going to be out for our out-of-sight drags, June 28th and 29th. His car fits the criteria with altered like that. It's got the right wheels and everything on it. Hilborn 4-port injection, which incidentally I'm going to be putting on my car hopefully tomorrow or Friday.
And what is the best way for folks to keep updated on what's going on at Great Lakes Dragway, and also in case Mother Nature decides to do something, if they're going to
Weaveway.com, but our Facebook page is very, very active. We've got a young gentleman, Nathan, that's doing Facebook updates for us, and he is doing multiple ones daily. So if there's anything that's, like, say, rain out or whatever, you'll probably get more information if you go to the Great Lakes Dragway Facebook page.
Now we see it. Well, I don't know if this is a drag car necessarily. I think it is, because it's the one.
We keep bouncing up and up.
Oh, okay. Are we better now? Yes, no? Actually, are you still eating? Are you eating? No? All right. Final. Otherwise, I was going to shift gears and have Ryan.
You gotta speak up. Wi-Fi's bouncing out. Too many people must be using it or something, so we don't have a real strong connection.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe next time we go inside.
So go ahead, just speak loud. You'll use that.
Okay. All right. Well, joining us now is Tommy Sexton. Tommy Sexton has raced just about everything that's in this parking lot. He's raced some type of race car at some point. Tommy, welcome to the program. And over our shoulder, I think, you can still see it in the screen here, is the wing on your number 83. Tell the folks a little bit about that car.
Well, it's I got to thank Chris Tumko. He asked me to drive one of their extra cars last year, and to my surprise, when they rolled it out in a trailer, they had a retro paint scheme of the old 83 car that I ran for 10 years. and when I retired the first time in 2014.
Now, you said you retired. Obviously, you didn't retire because you're back racing now because you just won a feature a couple of weeks ago in this new 604 division. What have you won championships in? I mean, I know, but tell the folks out there a little bit.
I started sprint car racing in '89, the old 410 days back when Wilmot used to have C-mains every night. Then '96, I won a mini mod championship, or '95 mini mod championship. '96, I ran an MRA modifieds, won a championship there. And then '99 was my first 410 championship, and then again in 2010 and 11.
So, and now you are the point leader in the 604 crates, and now you'll be running again this Saturday. And, nope, you're off this. That's right. The IRA is this Saturday. I always got to double check this.
Yep.
It's the bumper to bumper IRA is back this Saturday. And then let's see, USAC National Sprints are on the 22nd of June, and the next time we see the 604s is fireworks night. Fireworks looks like.
Yeah, July 2nd, I think. Yep. So, and I think we get pretty busy heading in towards fall. That we're on and off every couple of weeks. So it's a pretty good schedule for me. It's hard to get away and do this right now with the job I took in 2015. So this schedule here is kind of why I'm able to do this. Because outside of what we're doing right now, I wouldn't have been able to keep up the pace we were doing earlier.
Well, and I know you were over by the car earlier and eating. You and Rhonda, your soon-to-be bride. On July 27th, we're going to have another show. We're going to have another car show. We're going to have it down at Hartnell Chevrolet on that Saturday. I realize you guys are racing that night, but the show is going to be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you got time to get over and see Betty at the pit shack at 3 o'clock when the pits open up. And it's an all-sprint car show that night. It's the Wing 604s, the Wingless, and the Lightnings. So hopefully you can bring the car number 83 down to Hartnell Chevrolet on the 27th of July.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that's a race night. That might be a lot of logistics to get the car to the track here and then back to the track in time for sign-in and registration and all that. So I'll stay in touch with you.
Well, that sounds good. Now, I'm really going to put you on the line here now. We got a Wing 604 that night. You have raced Wingless, correct?
Yep.
And you have raced Lightning, right?
Yes.
Do you think you can find a ride in all three classes that night to be the Iron Man?
I think I could, but I don't have a big interest in it. It's I've done 3 classes in one night, one time before. IMCA modified, a mini sprint, and a sprint car one night, and it gets a little hectic.
No, we've got well, it's not an IMCA type modified; it's a B mod, I guess they call it. Scott Ellis has got his car on display here. We've got a little bit of everything here tonight. It's really kind of cool, and Mother Nature is just, I mean, this is gorgeous. We like these, especially after last Saturday, after we get washed out.
Yeah, no, this is a really great venue. It's right on a couple main roads. I've had people text me already. They've seen the car out by the street. Just got Highway 1583 here. Drag cars here. Just a lot of. I'm a drag racing fan too. And, so this is kind of a cool little venue here. Well,
these folks have gotten very much involved with us here at Culver's. They're also going to be involved with their candy drop that's coming up. They've worked with us also on the parades that we've been in with the Body Crab Pace Truck down in Antioch. So it's only been open for like 4 or 5 months. It hasn't been open very long, but they've just been fantastic to work with. So we're looking forward to a potential major announcement about a relationship, partnership with them, possibly even before the summertime.
That's awesome. I mean, I've always been a big believer of supporting, everyone that supports all these cars and the tracks separately and stuff. Just what goes around comes around. If these places help put in towards the track, we can take your time out, visit their places once in a while too. I've always been a big believer in this stuff.
I mentioned that your soon-to-be bride, Rhonda, is also with us tonight. Now, my wife, Kathy, and I, we got married at a racetrack. We got married in Lake Geneva the last weekend it was open. You guys are getting married at the racetrack, right?
Yes, correct. It won't be part of the races at all. It'll be prior to. met, and she's probably a bigger reason why I'm doing this. I probably would have passed on it, and she's like, "No, you got to do this. You still got it in you," and I'm glad I have. Because I'm having a ball. Joe, Panic, and John Cronin are versus crew guys that were with me in '99 when I won my first championship. So we're still all buddies, and it kind of goes back a lot of years. We're still all racing together now, kind of as a Jericho gang, but we're getting it done.
And tell folks some of the main sponsors and partners that get you to the racetrack now. You certainly mentioned Chris and CK Contractors, but I know you've got some others on there, and then you've got a special dedication that's on there as well. You lost somebody that was very close to you in your racing career.
Yeah, the Wally Tynes Motors on the car. Wally was with me for all of my sprint car championships back in '99 on up, and raced with us all those years. And so I asked the family if we could leave him on the car this year as a tribute to him, and they were really cool with that. They appreciated it. We actually made a pretty big event out of it, our opening night. So that was cool. And then I've had Antioch Auto Parts for years. Being a former Antioch guy, I've had Antioch Auto Parts on the car for years. So I've got them. Dreamscape up in Sturtevant, Wisconsin, right off Frontage Road. Dreamscape Outdoors, LJ, Epoxy Flooring, Lake Home Retreats. They sponsor a few cars. John's helped me with that. We got Pure Air Heating and Air. He's a very, very close personal friend. Him and his wife Lori. Rhonda and I do a lot of motorcycling and go to other races and stuff with those guys. So they're good personal friends. And his business, Pure Air, sponsors me. Rhonda's Twisted Cuisine Catering. That's just because it's her. So she's on there, and I don't know if hopefully I'm not missing anyone, but I think I got most of them on there now.
Well, and it is kind of funny. You kind of came out of retirement to do this. Well, Rhonda had sold her business basically, but she's not retired either. Right? She was telling me earlier that she's been working crazier with the catering than she almost did when she had the restaurant.
Yeah, it's just a change of business. It's still Twisted Cuisine. The catering got to be such a big part of the business that it's just a change of the business. It's not the brick and mortar restaurant cooking that it was. It's all still going to be all specialty foods. She doesn't have printed menus or catering menus. Everything is totally custom. She meets with people, and whatever their budget and their desire is, they come to the best thing they can come up with for what they have the budget for. And, this month alone, she has 22 caterings this month. So it's far from, saying that you're not working anymore. It's just a shift in business. It's just a different business model than it was before.
Is there a certain number or a website or anything that folks should go to if you want to talk to her or possibly give her some more business?
Yeah, I'm not on Facebook ever, but Twisted Cuisine has its own Facebook page, and I would say that's probably the most correct thing. And through there, you can get the email information to get right to her, and she personally answers your calls back everything. So it's very approachable. I'm just not on social media to be able to pull it off myself.
Well, I know that when there's a night off from racing, you can be found at a racetrack. It's just like we ran into each other up at Beaver Dam at the World of Outlaws show that Friday night. I got a feeling you're going to be at Wilmot Saturday.
Actually, we're going to Knoxville for the World of Outlaw 2-day show. So we're leaving Friday morning. Rhonda's never been to Knoxville, so we're going down there with the weekend off for us racing. Otherwise, I would be at Wilmot helping Chris. And then we got a lot of other kids that it's kind of interesting for me. There's kids I'm racing against, and I'm helping them. And I've actually, Rhonda and I are sponsoring some of the other kids too, just silently to help them out with parts. CJ Malik, Ian Steer, and it's kind of fun. I'm racing against these guys that we're helping at the same time. A lot of my old 83 crew is helping Ian Steer, and I've been over there doing some engine work for him, helping get his engines, squared away and stuff. So I'm just in a whole different place right now on this. I'm just really enjoying it and having fun. And a lot of people helped me out over the years, so it's my turn to start helping back a lot of other guys. And so it's a lot of fun. And you're right. When we get away, we're at tracks a lot. We're at Route 66 for the drag race and nitro stuff. We went out to Vegas last year for the 4-wide to watch the 4-wide racing. Yeah, we just like racing in general. Boat racing, snowmobile racing, you name it. We're usually there.
All right. Well, we appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations and on the win already this year and the upcoming marriage. We'll be looking forward to seeing that with that, and then we'll look forward to seeing you on fireworks night on July 2nd.
You got it, Mike. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. And that's Tommy Sexton with us, driver of the number 83, the typical number 83. And now I don't know where he went. He's standing there a minute ago. Ryan Matthews.
One of the best cars. It's a shame they stopped me.
I'm not sure where Ryan went.
I still got some work to do.
He was standing over there 30 seconds ago. Kind of a goatee. Or Brandon Murtis, either one of them. They're both over that direction. So, again, we're still on, right? So, again, we want to thank everybody. Force One Performance, B&L Office Furniture, Great Lakes Dragway, Steve Sinclair, and the Bumper to Bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Cars. That'll be at the Wilmot Raceway this coming Saturday night. Father's Day special, along with the Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprints, also the B&L Office Furniture Bandits, and the Unified Street Stocks are all going to be in action this week. There he is. He done disappeared on us. Now we found him. We sent out security and we found him. All right. And we got Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson with us now. And Ryan, congratulations on a successful year last year, as always. And just kind of keep rolling up those successful years. And you kind of brought a contingent group out here with you tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we made it a racing family affair. I don't know how to word this. We got me and my brother, my girlfriend. We all raced in the family class. We had a really good last season. Finally got the championship. Everyone's having fun out here.
Little sound effect,
Yeah, just for it. That's what everyone thinks we do in the pits. So
he's up at the drive-through,
Yeah, he's including all the workers inside at Culver too.
Well, tell the folks a little bit about your car, what kind of car it is, and I know you're running the Bandits, and now this year the Bandits have a kind of a special series that's been put together.
Yeah, we got a points membership that's going on this year. A bunch of us are joining, and we're going to see how it goes. We have some people that show up and don't run for points. That's okay. We have some people that run for points. Our cars, mine, my girlfriend's, and my brother's are all early 2000s Nissan Sentra Spectrums. And don't have any turbos or anything like that on them. They are stock.
And sponsors. I hear police officers now. He's got to get himself out of this one.
Luckily, it's not us. We were talking about driving on the roads here. We live close enough. But yeah, I got to thank Wisco Automotive for coming on this year. For a while, Bodycraft, Kills Maintenance Services, State of Auto, Baby's Pub, Harpster Welded Fabrication, Twisted for Craft. My parents, my girlfriend for
actually just noticing now there's continued improvements at Wilmot Raceway. The new buildings have now arrived. within the last hour. The new concession stands and also the new merchandise building have just arrived. And then, of course, everybody's over here kind of for the Culver's car show tonight to kind of start off the weekend. And you guys get to run this Saturday night along with the Bumper to Bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Cars, and that's a little bit different for the Bandits. The Bandits oftentimes don't get to run when the big 410s come in.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty exciting as long as we get a little downtime. It's get to watch. Yeah, normally we're not a part of these shows, which is kind of cool to be a part of them. So.
That's all right. And also this weekend, Friday night at Wilmot is going to be the truck and tractor pull and combine demolition derby. You ever seen a truck and tractor pull or a combine demo?
Quite a few times at Wilmot for the fair that they got going on every year.
Well, they'll be there this Friday night. So tonight's kind of starting things off, out here, everybody kind of having a good time. Also want to take this time to thank you and Tom Eller and Chris Klemko and Brent came over for a while and everybody that also your girlfriend thing too, right?
Yep. Me, Jen, Tom, what's the last name? Brent
and Chris.
Brent, Chris, yep, saw them there.
Yep, and they all met with Roman, who's a 5-year-old young man and a special needs young man, had never been to the races before, was all excited. So we had set up so some cars could meet him before the races, and then Mother Nature said, no, y'all ain't going to race. And it was kind of funny because I was talking to his mom, and I said, well, you just want to make a little left, and you want to go over by the ticket booth. But I said, you'll see the cars in the pit area, but don't go in the pits. And she goes, well, I see the haulers, but they're passing us going the other way. And I said, that's not good. That means we're not racing. But you guys all came over. We did get a little wet for a little bit, but hey, it was fun. He had a great time. He's coming back this Saturday, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. They said they were coming back this weekend. We'll try again. We're all going to try again. Just hoping Mother Nature lets us get some racing at this time.
Well, that's for sure. And again, now coming up on the 27th of July. Now you're off, so y'all could come on the 27th of July. We're going to have another car show over at Hartnell Chevrolet, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Culver's is going to be involved too, but we're not going to have cars here. We're going to have them over there. So we're looking forward to a lot of folks coming and joining us on the 27th. It is a Saturday. It is a race night at Wilmot. That night is just an all sprint car show. The wingless, the wing 604s, and the lightnings. But if you come over, be part of the show. And the Saturday night, what's your toughest competition now? You guys have run twice this year, and you've lost 2. Mm-hmm. 2 for batting 500.
We're 1 for 3.
Or 1 for 3.
1 for 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to get you guys next night. But you're 1 for 3. So what does that do to you as a driver? Okay, you're all psyched up, you're ready to go racing last week, and then you get out there and Mother Nature has different ideas.
Yeah, and you get so prepared, like mentally prepared, like the whole week leading up to the races. And Mother Nature does that to you on Saturday. It's kind of hard. And we kind of all just sucked it up, went out, had some food at Kelly's right in Tree that day. But it just, all we really can do is just look over the cars, be prepared for our next race, which fortunately is this weekend. So we're looking forward to it. And, hopefully we can have a good run. I think the biggest competition right now is going to be my brother Austin and Ryan Andrews from North just in the one night that we've had so far.
And Austin, I believe, is the point leader, right?
Yeah. He finished second in the opening race.
So, all right, yeah, and again, the way it's kind of working is if you decide you're not running for points, and the guys that are running for points, get the points ahead of you, and that's kind of how it's working. So, again, we're looking forward to everybody being out there Saturday night at Wilmot for our Father's Day special. The wingless will be running. Of course, the IRA, the bumper IRA sprints, it's only going to be the second of 3 times that they're going to race with us this year at Wilmot, their original home track. And then the unified street stocks. Any thoughts from Tiny Horse to move into a bigger saddle and maybe run with something with open wheels or a wing or anything like that?
I mean, if the offer came in, I'd be open to anything. But as far as my budget goes, we'll see. I mean, I'm kind of working on stuff as it goes. I have another bandit car at the moment, and I'm kind of in between what I want to do, whether I want to do like some traveling stuff or whatnot. Yeah, I mean, if there was an offer, I'd definitely be interested. It's just I can't afford it really.
All right. Well, we're going to let you go and go visit with some more folks. Again, we're going to be here for those of you listening and watching live. We're going to be here till probably about 7:30ish or so. It depends upon when the sun sets. Not that they're kicking us out.
Right.
I mean, we can stay all night. You know, Culver's is open, I think, till 10 or 11 o'clock tonight.
What am I getting?
Brandon Burtis is going to be our next one. He's with the number 12 Street Stock. So thank you very much, Ron. Glad we got you on here. Tiny Horse? Oh, well, wait a minute. I can't let you go. How did the Tiny Horse come about?
Pretty simple story. Most people around here know Brad Becker from Vermont. Maybe other places too. He's been racing for a long time. We were playing Cards Against Humanity at his house one night, and there's a card in Cards Against Humanity that just says a tiny horse. And I kept getting it all the time, and so I'm gonna start calling you that. And Tiny Horse was born.
Well, and on a somewhat of a serious note, Brad lost one of his crew members a few weeks ago, and our thoughts and prayers go out to Brad and the crew member's family. And, we'll be remembering him on Saturday night in our national anthem time. So we're looking forward to seeing you back out there, seeing Tiny Horse. Pete, do we have any other stuffed animals out there that you know of?
Not that I've seen so far. We've only had one night, so I didn't get a whole lot of time to take everything in. So.
The horse has never fallen off and gotten run over, I guess.
Not yet, but don't jinx it.
All right. Thanks again, Ryan.
Thank you.
Ryan, Tiny Horse Johnson. And now we're gonna put one of our street stock competitors, Brandon Burtis, coming up here, and welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
And you were one of the first cars to arrive today, and it was kind of funny. I'll share this story a little bit. I get this text message from him yesterday or the day before, and he says, yeah, I see we're leaving the haulers over at Hartnell. And he says, does that mean we can unload at Hartnell and drive the cars down the street and over to Culver's? And I said, you can do whatever you want, but you're paying your own ticket.
Yeah, I didn't want to beat on it, but I was going to drive down the street.
Well, we're going to have to work something out because John's Great Lakes Dragaway, they are doing that. They're actually driving from Great Lakes to Union Grove and then going to have something to eat at Union Grove and then driving back to Great Lakes.
Yeah, that's cool. There's a lot of guys coming from all over the place driving. Sounds good.
Yep, and that'll be just toward the end of June here that's going to be happening. Well, you've got a little one with you tonight.
Yeah, he went home.
Past his bedtime already?
He was scrappy.
You didn't give enough custody.
No.
Well, tell us a little bit about the car that you've been racing this year and also your racing career in general.
So the car I have with me tonight is what we call the out-of-town car. Not for Wilmot. The other Wilmot car we have at home. But I am racing two cars this year. This one's for Gravity Park, Beaver Dam, 141, wherever else we feel like going. Then the Wilmot car, just strictly for Wilmot. Just street stock, 86 Monte Carlo frame and stuff. Season could be going better. Two flat tires to start the season with, leading the feature. Career, been pretty decent. Could be better.
And now you guys are part of what they call the unified street stocks. Maybe you could explain that a little bit to our viewers and our listeners out there.
So the unified street stocks, there's, I want to say 7 or 8 tracks that we can go to in Wisconsin and one in Michigan. It's all the same rule package, so everyone's pretty competitive. And good traveling. Good laps.
And now, are there any big specials that are coming up? I know the end of the season, Wilmot's got its fall festival the last week, see, the 19th, 20th, and 21st, and the street stocks are on all three of those nights. That's the Wilmot points will be done at that point, but those are not really. I don't want to call them open comp shows, but it's basically. I'm sure you guys will have a lot of street stocks from a lot of different tracks that come in for those 3 nights.
Yeah, I'm hoping to maybe race there. I know Gravity Park is the same weekend. Then the weekend after, I believe it's 141 special. So I might throw my dad in the one car to race Wilmot. I might go race Gravity Park just to see what we can do.
Now, you and your dad used to race against each other quite a bit, especially at Wilmot. Now, Dad's not in a car this year, at least not at Wilmot, not on a regular basis. What was it like, especially with Father's Day coming up this weekend? What was it like to be racing against Dad?
It was cool. We were competitive with each other, so that's hard to get 2 cars out of the same garage. We're going to be fast with each other. That's kind of why we stopped, so we can focus on one. But no, racing side by side is very good.
And did it create any uneasy feelings at Father's Day dinners?
No, not at all. But he would rub it in when he would beat me.
Oh, that's for sure. And now he's even here today. He brought a custom car, a street car, right?
No, it's getting buffed in the accident. He wishes he has, but it's Father's Day present. It's getting detailed.
Well, maybe coming up July 27th, maybe you can bring it that Saturday night or Saturday afternoon, 11 till 2 over at Hartnell, and depending on where you might be running that night. It's an all sprint car show at Wilmot that night, but if you happen to be running somewhere else, even 2 o'clock, it gets you just about the end of the track.
Yeah, sounds good. Both again?
July 27th, Saturday.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, now just about out of time here, and I want to get a chance to go back and visit with fans, sponsors, partners that get you to the racetrack each and every week. It's time to thank those folks.
I'd like to thank Surfside Bowl, Nick, Small Lake Cornwell Tools, who's a tool truck over there. What else we got? Affordable Flooring, Heather Thompson at Remax Elite. Advanced Tree Stump and Removal, Jacobson Excavating out of Antioch, Casey's Cabin, Louis Pizza, Top Tier Mechanical, Viper Plumbing, who else? Oh, Mellon Septic, Ron and Pets. I think that's it.
That's pretty good. You did no notes.
I almost pulled it out.
Yeah, sometimes you do have to. It's funny. You watch the guys on NASCAR or IndyCar or whatever, and all of a sudden those guys kind of just rattle them off like it's nothing.
Yeah. Geez, I wish I had notes.
That's all right. Well, you did a great job. Family members you want to thank. You don't want to forget the wife. We had a guy at our bank at the Wilmot banquet this year that forgot the wife, and she was there. Well, he came back up before the end of the night. Thank the wife.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank my wife for taking care of the child. There's another one on the way due in July. I'd like to thank my dad for the car always flawless every week. And my mom for supplying food, and brother-in-law, sister for coming, helping support. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, the next time you're on the program is this Saturday night, part of the Father's Day special. So we wish you the best this Saturday night, and maybe I'll be talking to you in Victor Day. Never know.
I hope so.
All righty. That's Brandon Murtis with us, and we got 1 minute. You can stay for the last minute. It's up to you. That's going to wrap it up for this week's show. We hope everybody enjoyed it. I want to thank everybody that did logistics to get this to happen. Thanks to Kent. Thanks to Nick. Kent and Nick, the K&K guys. Also, thanks to the people here at Culver's. Very great to work with us. Also, we had race car drivers running around trying to find us extension cords and all kinds of things that were, so that we could get things done. Want to thank, again, everybody for coming out, everybody that brought race cars out, show cars out, custom cars, motorcycles, you name it. July 27th, Hartnell, we're going to do this all again. All right, July 27th, 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Racing this Saturday night at Wilmot, the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Cars on the Father's Day special, along with the wingless cars, as well as the Bandits, and the street stocks. So until we see it, and Great Lakes Dragway, don't forget, they're racing too. They're racing now. You can go down there, and tomorrow morning too. That's right. They're racing right now, and tomorrow morning is what? Have you ever drag raced?
Never.
You want to?
I like going circles.
So until we see you next time, this is Mike Babicz wishing you a pleasant evening, the best of tomorrows. Remember, kids, just say no to drugs. Thanks. Good night. God bless. And can you say this with me? Let's go racing. Good job, Randy.